They spent a lot of money replacing sod. They bought 2 sod farms here in Charleston,
I went to that.
and just they spent 2 months here just replacing sod.
Growing grass.
And so now they've reconfigured the formula back to the way it was. And so just be careful if you see.
That's why most people don't use them, because
Yeah.
we had a guy here working with us, and he did a lawn he was doing, and he put it on there. He had to replace every sod in the yard.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it killed everything.
Because they put too much atrazine in it, it killed the shrubs, it killed the whole entire lot. It killed everything. And so just make sure if you're buying Bonus S from Scott's, or this is an off-brand, just make sure these numbers are very good, and you read the label, read the bag on what the rate is. There's disease control. We'll go over a couple. Powdery mildew, you see a lot on crepe myrtles, sycamores, annuals, hydrangeas, a little bit of everything. This is powdery mildew. It's what it looks like. Downy mildew, you see more on different, on buddleias. It's not really a true mildew, but it shows up as yellow spots on the leaves, not like powdery mildew. It's powdery on the top of the leaf. It's not really detrimental to the plant. Downy mildew is a fungus that's on the bottom of the leaf, angular spots, and it's just limited to the veins. So it's not really, it's going to be detrimental to the plant, but you will have it. You can get the conditions for most downy powdery mildew is in the spring and fall. So just it's shade, humidity, and very dry, which we've had for 4 months. A lot of humidity, and a lot of plants are in the shade, and it's been very, very dry. Controls for this, for mildews, full sun, disease-resistant cultivars, avoid succulent growth, and prune and sanitization. Does anybody know what succulent growth is?
Family. We need some family.
Does anybody know what succulent growth means? Like if you got a crepe myrtle, Steve, and it's got suckers growing up from this called water shoots, suckers from the bottom, and that's where you'll get a lot of your mildews to start off with, and it'll work its way up into the plant. And this is powdery mildew, and this is a crepe myrtle. And this is Certophora leaf spot. The leaves drop, it defoliates the plants, and it usually shows up in late summer. It's just, there's nothing really you can do to it. It controls for it, increased air circulation, resistant crepe myrtles, and sanitation. As you can see see all these little red dots on it. This is Entomorum leaf spot. It's usually affected Indian hawthorns and red tips, and there's really, like I said, there's not much you can do about that. The leaves just fall off. This is what it looks like under a microscope, what the little boogers look like. Avoid shearing in the spring and summer. Resistant cultivar of the Indian hawthorn is a white one. The pink one has a lot of the Entomorum leaf spot and is dying out, so they're replacing a lot of them with the white variety, white flowers. This is gray mold. This is actually the Math and Science and Public Safety at Trident Tech. These are snapdragons, and this is what gray mold looks like, or Bacterius blight.
We got any of them around here?
Snapdragons, not yet, we will. Bacterius blight, this is, what happens if you leave strawberries in the refrigerator too long?
Go bad.
And they get gray mold on them. They're good to eat.
With that on them?
Yeah.
No.
Before you get there.
Just throw them, if you got that, throw them away. Flower blight, you see on the end of camellias a lot. It's temperature driven. And the ends will get brown and curl up. And just pluck off the dead flowers, throw them away, sanitize anything that you use to prune them with. You got a question, Marco? The flower blight infection, it starts off in the soil. It's because the leaves, the flowers drop, that's already got the infection in it, and then therefore they contaminate the soil, and it keeps on growing in the soil. Sanitize, sanitize, sanitize. Remove all dead, spent flowers, especially on camellias. They're known for it. Rake them up, throw them away. Don't burn them, just throw them away. Twig blight, you get that on camellias. It looks like cankers, which is these little things right there. And that's, you just cut them, cut that disease part out, throw it away, and the camellia will be safe. This is another twig blight. That whole, see that ugly looking knot? It's twig blight. And it shows up in the spring and in the summer. Cut the stem, cut it out, throw it away. We already did this. Prune below the infection and sanitize the tools, not stools, tools. Twig blight on camellias. This is anthracnose. This is a plant, this is Fatsia. And looks like a big, huge brown spot. It's due to water, too much water. Anthracnose shows up in concentric rings on the leaves. This is monkey grass, or other words known as larapi or japonicus, something. And this is what it looks like under a microscope. And this is another one. This is a dogwood, and this is a hydrangea. And you can see what the differences is, look like, what the symptoms are. They just start dropping their leaves. And this is, what is this? Pittosporum. Pittosporum. Variegated pittosporum. That's also an ornamental.
What did you call it again?
Pittosporum.
Pentus.
Pit. P-I-T.
Pittus?
Pittus. Pittosporum.
Okay, sorry.
Okay.
Wait time in front, I didn't put.
Yes.
The one
Yeah.
that you jammed up, the one that you jammed
By the
up.
infirmary.
What about the infirmary? There's one also, it's not variegated, but it's by the,
Going to the landfill, there's one right there behind the building.
there's one
On the
going up the
marsh.
hill behind it, on Indian Hill.
Yeah.
Right, the green one on the right, on the left. That looks like this. That needs to be pruned.
No, don't cut it.
It's going to get cut.
At all.
It's going to get cut.
Gotta be jammed out.
Yes. This is what root rot looks like. Phytophthora is the pathogen. It's rhizotonia and pythium. Pythium root rot is not good. This is what it looks like. It's due to too much water. And the plant less stressed and diseased, but it's not. It's just dead because the roots got too much water and they rotted. Therefore, it looks like that. And you just yank it out and start all over. This is crown rot. That's due to a split in the tree or something happened to it, and it's an open cut on the bottom, and it just eats its way up the tree.
Is there no way to save a tree
No.
once that's oh.
Cut it down. Web blight, a lot on the azaleas, hollies, abrevieties. It's a cool season, it prefers cool, humid, and warm air. You can see it on that, on those hollies. It just looks brown and they're dropping all their leaves. And so you see it as in his hand, see how the dark part is, everything else is green. And it will affect the entire plant, then it will eventually drop.
And what you gonna use to treat it if you can treat it?
Horticulture oil. Horticulture oil is the best to treat that with.
And you gotta go to the root.
No, you just spray it from the bottom up. That's a, it's a contact, so it just smothers it up. Whoop, wrong button. Coming to the end. This is a good app to use if you want to use the app on your phone. These are also two good websites to look at.
Look at $3.99 thing.
It's you buy it on the App Store for this particular app. It's $3.99.
Oh, okay.
This is an excellent app. TurfMD, it's free. It will help you diagnose disease, weed ID, insects, and this is what it looks like from the website, from the web app. It's got 5 different. There's 5 different attributes you can use. Well, the 5 I found. You can type the name of the plant in, or what kind of disease you have, and it'll tell you exactly how to treat it, and then you're done. And that's it. Any good, Tim? There are 5 handouts over there. These 2, this is fire ants. This is walnut twig blight. We don't have walnuts here, but this is mostly upstate. Information only. This is on witchweed, which is in the upstate, but the information only. And this is for ash borer. We've got those here. They're over there on the table. And this is a disease and insect, disease for trees, shrubs, and flowers, 2018. Dr. Alan Winningham, Agriculture Department at the University of Tennessee. And there's 10 copies over there, 9 actually. I've got an extra one if anybody wants it. That's it. That concludes today's training. Donuts, drinks, and information's over there. Anybody got any questions? Preferably ask Kent.
No, my question is now we need to take it outside.
Now you need to take it outside. Take the information outside and use it.
With you,
preferably.
with you.
Yeah, that's what I was about to ask.
Yeah,
What happened to the physical
Let's
demonstration?
organize and do like a walk
Field
around.
exercise.
Yeah, we'll
Yeah,
do.
we need a class like that.
We'll do a walk around
And
after.
actually do
We'll do a
practice.
walk around after Parents Weekend
Yeah.
Yeah.
next week.
So the same thing we see here now people could see.
Yeah,
and
we'll do a disease. We'll do a weed ID next week.
Yeah. So some people learn better physical, like hands-on.
Hands on, yeah.
Yeah.
So next week we'll have a, not next week, week after next. Parents Week is busy.
Yeah.
So next 2 weeks, sometime we'll have a walk around. We'll take an extended lunch and do a walk around, and or do it after lunch. However y'all, Adam and I will talk and we'll figure it out.
We could have extended lunch to fish too.
No.